$1,215 of revenue for one email. I think it took me 5 minutes to write it. There's money to be made, guys. There really is. $8,000 in sales and revenue. I have screenshots to share with you on screen of was $2,002. You can absolutely duplicate this concept and this strategy for yourself. Hey, welcome to Aussie Online Growing on Shopify. This is episode 176. I'm going to tell you the next 10 emails that you should be sending to your email subscribers in Klaviyo. These are emails all with different revenue numbers and they tell a story. So each email builds on the one previously. Hang about for the whole episode. You don't want to skip through to the end to see the bonus email I want to share with you because that one is sale oriented. The 10 I want to share with you today are not even around a sale. These are not end of financial year sales emails. They are not Black Friday sales emails. These are standalone campaigns that have driven a combined value of $8,000 in sales and revenue for either myself or my clients in the last 6 months. So January to June 2026. And I want to share with you because I'm sure if you're listening, this is universal, but most of us are not sending enough emails. And whenever you look at, I think, tips or tricks on email marketing with Klaviyo, you probably find lots of information on flows and how to set up flows and, make money while you sleep type messaging, which flows are great for that, of course. But sometimes I think the sending standalone campaigns gets neglected. And there's a huge amount of revenue and value in sending campaigns. Your email list is worth actual money. If you ever want to sell your business down the track, the email addresses you have and how engaged they are make up a part of your value of your actual business. And in the meantime, there is money there that you should be contributing to your revenue. My own e-commerce store, 31% of my revenue so far for 2026 is from email alone. And one of my clients, I think the highest one is 40% of her revenue is coming from email. That's really good result. But you can put in probably amount of effort I'm going to share with you today and do these 10 emails in the next 2 months. And you will see a significant jump in the revenue you get through your Klaviyo email account. Now, the reason I want you to hang about and listen is because, like I said, these emails sort of build on each other. And if you lean too heavy on one type of messaging and not the other, you'll see your deliverability score suffer. And if your deliverability score suffers in Klaviyo, it means less of your emails will land in an inbox and they're going to go to spam. And that impacts the revenue you can get from those emails and from your subscribers. So it's important to get the mix of these emails right and not go too heavy on sale messaging and not go too heavy on community building, because each of those you will find a different issue arise. If you lean too heavy on community building, you're not going to get these revenue numbers. But if you lean too heavy on sale messaging, then people will stop opening your emails and they're going to start marking you as spam and unsubscribing, and your deliverability score is going to go down drastically. So the mix of these emails is really important. I have screenshots to share with you on screen of each of these. These are real emails for myself or my clients that I have sent in the last 6 months that have driven a great amount of revenue per email. The amount of effort you need to put into each varies, but one of these emails I've actually duplicated now and I've got it sitting in draft because I think it took me 5 minutes to write it, and I'll share it with you when I come up to it. But a couple of them I have already duplicated and got sitting in draft to reuse. And one in particular I'm going to send after recording this because it was like a 5-minute email and it drove a great amount of revenue. It's one you can do today, and I want you to in the next couple of months. And please let me know how you go. You're not going to regret this work. I promise you. And 90% of you listening are neglecting your emails and are not sending enough. I reached out to a previous client not long ago. I worked with her in 2025 on her emails, and she took back the reins of her own email account. And I wondered how she was going. Well, I didn't mean to make her feel bad, but when I just touched base to see how she was going, like, oh my goodness, I haven't sent an email in 8 weeks. I'm like, what are you doing? Get back in there, send some emails. There's money to be made, guys. There really is. These revenue dollars will speak for themselves. All of these emails combined, which is only 10 of them, plus one bonus, but the 10 as part of this strategy makes up $8,400 in revenue. $8,400 actual dollars of my email account and clients' emails account. So these are 4 accounts total I have trolled and gathered this data from to share with you today. So let's get started. I just really wanted to give you that encouragement from the start that this is going to be an easy strategy to implement. And when I share with you each of these emails, and some of them won't be obvious why I sent them, but when I share with you why, it's going to be really easy for you to replicate into your own business. And like I said, each email, there'll be a screenshot that will show you how much revenue came from each email. Some of them are low, some of them are really high. The point is these 10 emails together tell a story, and they balance out the kind of the pillars of a really healthy email account. Like I said, deliverability score is kept in mind, paramount and foremost, but these emails are either community building or a little bit more promo salesy driven, and some are real salesy, but that's the last one I want to share with the end. The rest are not salesy. You can absolutely duplicate this concept and this strategy for yourself. Let's do it. The first one is was actually sent in January 2026, and it is great for the start of a year, which makes sense for this strategy and kind of how these build on each other. But you can totally do this now, even July or August. You could position it at the start of a season, at the start of the financial year, at the start of any sort of milestone in your business you either really have or you like want to make up, one or the other. But position this sort of email at the start of something big or the start of a rhythmic part of our lives. You know, if you are in fashion and you've got a spring collection coming up, this sort of email would make a great, like, you know, spring type welcome to the new season thing. So this email was, the subject line is, hi, welcome to 2026 at your business name. That's it. That was the title of the email. Welcome to 2026 from your business name. And like I said, this is really the point of this email, is a welcome to the new chapter. Welcome to the new season. And the revenue from this email was $493. So pretty impressive, like not a bad result at all for one email. The next one is, the subject line was sunrise surprises. What's your story? Question mark, with an emoji, because emojis are always fun. I quite like emojis. They just convey so much information and messaging in such a concise way. Sunrise surprises. What's your story? This was a very community-driven email, like the founder reaching out, sharing something that was going on and asking for that connection back with the customers. This email was sent in January as well, 2026, and the revenue was $503. Also, super strong result. Number 3 is, things are growing here, and so is clearance. And this email was one I actually talked about in a previous episode as one of the reasons why I had my biggest ever sales month for my own e-commerce store in May 2026. So that's been my biggest month ever in 5 years, was May 2026. And this email was one of the reasons why. I sent heaps of emails in May, and this was one of my best performing, and the revenue on it was $1,215. Not a sales email, but a things are changing email. So the subject line, things are growing here and so is clearance, was actually, I talked in depth about this email in a previous episode, was leaning into the messaging that, yes, I'm putting lots of items on clearance because my clearance collection is growing because new things are coming. Hang about, jump on the website often, you're going to see new things coming all the time, which is why my clearance collection is getting bigger. And I keep emailing you, telling you about my clearance collection. I'm not going out of business, I'm growing. So I'm not going out of business, I'm growing. It's a real it's really leaning into a messaging and also addressing a potential fear that email recipients might have. I shared in that previous episode was that I was sending a lot of emails that I've got new things in clearance, new things on clearance. And I thought people are going to think, is Rachel going out of business? No. The opposite is true. I'm actually growing, and that's why my clearance collection is also growing, because new things are landing and arriving and showing up on my doorstep all the time. That was the email that got me $1,215 of revenue for one email, and it was the decision to, I guess, to address a potential fear. So do you have something like that? Is there a potential fear or concern in your community that you can kind of like address head on and not shy away from it, but like go with it all the way and push into it really hard? So that is email number 3. Okay, email number 4. This one is new in, just landed, just arrived. Check out what's new, browse what's new, new treasures, newly arrived, new products, customer favorites, kind of that sort of messaging. The specific subject line was new in or new just landed from the US. So newly arrived, just landed from the US. This is like all about the products are going to do the talking. There's not a discount at all. The price is premium. If they're newly arrived, the price is premium, but the products speak for themselves. There's something new and fresh to check out, so go and have a look at it. And this email was sent in May, and the revenue was $692 from this one email. The next one is the wild doesn't wait, and neither should you. The wild doesn't wait, and neither should you. This is very curiosity-driven email. It was an email that's super engaging. It's just got a single photo. This is the email I cloned right before sitting down to record this, and I'm going to go send it in a few minutes because this one drove $449 of revenue and took me 5 minutes to put together. And it's just a picture of the founder doing something exciting and fun in their niche. Just for me, I could be, I don't know, making a handmade card or just smiling at the camera with, I don't know, anything that's you, the founder. And then I've got the product catalog at the top of the email that is the dynamic product catalog. So at the top of the email is products people have seen and not bought yet. So this is going to a very specific segment. This is the segment of people who maybe engage but haven't bought yet in, like, I don't know, whatever window you choose, 7 days, 30 days, or what have you. So it's a super engaged segment of people. And at the top of the email, you need to put your product catalog as a dynamic product catalog. So that means the products people see on the email are different for every user because it depends what they have viewed or browsed on your website. That's at the top of this email. And then under that is just a photo of the founder doing something in their niche. And so this email was $449 of revenue. You can see why it took me 5 minutes to do it. And I'm going to go do it again after this. This email, though, falls outside the window. This email is actually from a year ago, which is why I was like duplicated it straight away because it was sent so long ago. I'm absolutely doing this again for all the accounts I manage, including my own, because it's such an easy win to send an email like this. The next one is, hi, first person's name. A touch of Japan is coming to brand name. So this is something you probably don't sell Japanese inspired things, but maybe you do. But this is very storytelling. This sort of email is about anticipation. So you could frame this however you want. It could be, hi, blah, 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 first name. A touch of something is coming to your brand name. Anything. It doesn't need to be a country. It could be a color, a feel, a vibe, a season. It's a little bit like newly released, but in a much more inviting way. It's a bit angled a bit differently than just what's new or see what's new. So a touch of Japan is coming to brand name. And it's a bit more storytelling and it drives anticipation. And what's interesting about this email, which the revenue of this email was $1,627, super, like one of the standout ones, $1,627 for one email. The reason I think this one is so cool is because it sort of demonstrates, I think it's called the halo effect. Basically, this email is about what's coming. It's not even here yet. It's like a touch of Japan is coming to brand name. So the touch of Japan is not here yet, it's coming. And yet people go and buy other things. I talk about this all the time with email. I think this is why I'm confident to say you are not sending enough emails, because the email you send just encourages somebody to shop other stuff. The email you send is just a reason for somebody to come to the website and check out what they've already been looking at and have on their wish list. The reason, it's just another excuse to come browse and to buy, and probably often, usually not even to do with what's in the email, but it's just another connection and touch point with your customer. That's why I think this email is so powerful as well. It's such a great story it's building as we go down through all the emails, because this is community driven because you're keeping your customers engaged and in touch with what's happening in your business and your brand. But it has a very soft call to action as well, letting you know that something is coming, and yet all these people decided to buy from this email anyway, from a collection that's not even released yet, but they went ahead and bought other stuff. I think it's such a powerful email because it really does bridge that community building sales type. Yeah, there's two different sort of pillars. I think it sort of covers both of those in a really authentic way. I love that email. That's so worth doing something like that for yourself. A little bit like the first one I shared, like welcome to the new year. Like think about that for your own brand and how you can replicate the concept of it, because you will see strong revenue results. You just will. I'm convinced you will. If you have an engaged segment or an engaged list, you send it to them and you're giving like a nice community building, this is what's coming, almost behind the scenes type vibe. People love that. Like that absolutely gives them a reason to come to your website and check out what's going on. The next one is this subject line is pink, purple, blue. First in, best dress, limited stock. So pink, purple, blue. First in, best dress, limited stock. The revenue for this, this email was sent in May, was $295. So a great solid result from a single standalone email, $295. And this is all about new things that are coming, but super limited, like a test. Hey, we're going to test this. What do you guys think? But it's super limited stock because we're not sure. We don't want to commit to thousands of units because you guys might not like them. I mean, if you like them, buy them. Then we'll know you like them. This is a very scarcity-driven email. The call to action here is really about scarcity. Like again, it's not a sale. These are full price items. I haven't shared a sale one yet, I don't think. I really want to make sure you understand from this episode, this is not my top 10 revenue, like top highest revenue emails. This is not the top highest revenue emails. Otherwise, all the emails I'll be sharing from you would be $1,000 or more for every single email. This is about sending your next 10 emails that will encourage a good deliverability score. So if you are struggling with your deliverability score, this strategy will help. If you already have a good deliverability score, you can send these 10 emails with confidence that it's not going to suffer, and you're going to see a great mix of community and soft call to action or sales-driven promotion type email content that's going to keep your list engaged, and you will see your engaged segment grow. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of these 10 emails, every time you schedule the next one, if they're not too far apart, don't wait 2 weeks between these emails. Send these every 5 days. I wouldn't be surprised if you see your engaged segment creep up across these 10, so that by the time you send email number 10, your engaged segment is probably going to be the largest it's ever been. I have confidence in saying that from my professional experience in managing email accounts now for 5 years, including my own and different clients as well. So remember, $8,400 was from just these 10 emails combined. It's well worth your time. I really hope you go away from this episode like I can do this, Rachel. I can do this. I can absolutely go ahead and do this. The next one is $10 Tuesday, today's deal. And this one was sent in March. The revenue was $470. This is definitely a sales promotion leaning email, but the psychology behind this is absolutely timing. A little bit like the one before about scarcity. This one is more about the limited time. This is a deal for 24 hours only. This email shares what the details of the deal are, and the promo runs for just 24 hours. So people who checked this email, opened it, clicked it, chose to either take the deal or not take the deal, only had 24 hours to take the benefit of the deal if they chose to. But plenty of people did not, and other people bought things that weren't part of the deal, which also happens, like I said before. So this is value driven, but the psychology behind this is the limited time. Time is limited, 24 hours, like value kind of positioned email. The next one is price drop. We've passed our savings straight on to you. This was sent in April. The revenue is $514. Price drop because, hello, what is dropping in price in 2026 in Australia? Nothing is dropping in price in 2026. I think that's why this email performed so strongly. I think that's why it was a great revenue email because the subject line is like price drop. What's dropped in price? Is this for real? Is this a scam? Is this really dropping in price? What has dropped? Is it everything? Is it some things? So this email was all around some better factory pricing, and that's why the price had dropped. And I wanted to share that with the community to let them know that this is now the new everyday pricing. So some select products had dropped in price, and the revenue of this email was $514. So this is a very customer-focused email. Brand integrity email, like prices have dropped from the factory, I'm passing them on to you. I'm not keeping them for my business. I want to give you guys cheaper things because what else is dropping in price in 2026? Nothing except here. So that's what this email was all about. The next one is the subject line is not just for the gym, ... with a little emoji of a car. So this is not just for the gym, ... with a little emoji of a car. And the email, the revenue of this email was $150. And this email is repositioning a product. So it's a new angle on something you already have. What product do you have in your range that you either sell the same way all the time, or maybe you haven't refreshed the product description on the website in a while? Like, go ahead and take the opportunity to find a product, maybe freshen up the website description, but then send an email about a new angle for it. Try and position it in a different way. So this one was about repositioning a product in a different environment, a way it can be used for a purpose other than what it was manufactured for. That sounds maybe complex, but it's actually not that complex. I'm literally just doing this on top of my head here, so this is not my best work. But when I did this for my client, I thought about this a little bit more deeply. But if I sell glue, I have scrapbooking glue, but I could reposition this glue as a kid's craft glue. It's water soluble glue. I could position it in a different way. And around school holidays, I could position it at a time of year and a different angle than what I already, like what its specific or original purpose was for. Because that's not my best work. But do you see what I'm saying? This email was an existing product and it was just a new angle. So the messaging and the marketing was different to kind of get more value from it. If you buy this, you get more value because you can use it this way too. You can use it this way and you can use it this way too. And then the email I want to share with you, email number 11, is a salesy email because I think it's a great way to wrap up this whole series of emails that you can send that really tell a story and really build your brand authority and will build your engagement segment over these 10. So this is email number 11. This is salesy. This is end of financial year sale. So this email was sent in June, not surprising. And the revenue from this one email was $2,002. And this email is like, here we go. We've hit the end. Here's the sale, and it lands with real impact because the previous emails have not all been salesy. So customers haven't ignored them. The reason I want to share with you why, like this, like a clear sales messaging email, maybe then once every 10 emails, your 11th email becomes a sale email. So create a sale, some excitement, some FOMO around something. Is if you have too many sales emails, I shared at the start about your deliverability score is critical, that we want to keep that healthy. But also, if customers see too many emails from you where things are on sale, they won't buy when there's not a sale. And if they do place an order, they're going to always have this anxious feeling that what they have just bought is going to go on sale tomorrow. If you send too many sales emails, or your whole product range is always on sale, then every email you send is gradually eroding that brand authority that you have. And your brand voice, like your actual brand, is being eroded with each email because customers who've been around a long time will never, ever buy anything if it's not on sale because they know if they just wait long enough, it will eventually be on sale. And someone who does decide to place an order full price, and they've maybe seen your socials, they've received a few emails in the last month, and now they finally decide to buy, we'll always have that feeling and worry that what if what I've just bought goes on sale tomorrow? They might put it on sale tomorrow. So that's just an icky feeling. It's just not a great feeling for your customers to have. That's why I would encourage you to do 10 emails that are a little bit structured, like I shared, that really build your brand, will increase the loyalty to your brand, will grow your engaged segment, will grow your revenue in a way that you can continue to rinse and repeat for years to come. Because then as you continue to grow in your business, you get more email subscribers, the results you can expect to see from each of these will simply grow. Like I shared an email before where the revenue was $150. And that's a client whose email list has only got a few hundred people on it, so it's only small. And then this email here with the revenue of over $2,000, this email list has got several thousands of subscribers. So the results in dollar value will simply increase as your email list increases over time, as your engaged segment increases over time. And how do we do that? We do that by sending regular, engaging emails that are a good mix of customer community building and soft call to action, promo, value driven, or straight out sales messaging. Like I said at the start, and wrapping up, I just want to reiterate, I didn't pull my best, highest revenue emails for the last 6 months. These are not the top performing by revenue. Otherwise, they would all be over $2,000 each. For a single email, remember too, this is not a flow that has sat there ticking along for 30 days. This is a single email that has got these dollar amounts attached to it. And I didn't share my top revenue ones because none of us want to be sending a sale email twice a week. It's just a terrible idea. And you maybe don't send emails now because you don't know what to send. Please use this episode, go back and send these 10 emails now for your e-commerce store. Get them built, scheduled, send 2 a week for the next 5 weeks, the next 8 weeks, whatever time frame you choose to do. And thank me later. Let me know how you go, because your deliverability score will stay healthy. It'll improve if it's poor, and you'll probably get more revenue than you're used to getting if you don't send emails regularly right now. This will absolutely address that. I'm confident of it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. You can find me at Aussie Online Growing on Shopify.com.au. As always, keep learning.